LOL. You got LOL to things, so people seem like you talking to them like an asshole way. Even though you probably meant it in an asshole way, but you gotta be like say it in a nice way. You gotta put LOL right after, especially after you put a sentence in and then you put LOL. You really basically just like, nah, I really meant it in the first place. Then LOL, like shit, that was kind of mean. Which TV did I get and how much? 32-inch fire. That fire TV. 32-inch fire TV. Uh, how much was it? Like 129? 129, I think. I think. Yeah, I think that's it. All right. Okay, let's get started, people. Yeah, I think I just slammed my phone. Yeah, let me make sure this thing is on mute. All right. Ooh, I know y'all heard that too. All right, welcome back, everybody. Welcome to the StarCast, episode 4. I'm probably gonna stop counting down at like after 10, but this is the 4th one. I'm gonna tell a short story on this one. It's your boy. Nah, I can't say it's your boy. I feel like a lot of people say it's your boy. I'm your host, K1 Star. I don't know if I said that before. I don't think I said that before. Damn, I don't think my phone is on mute. All right, let me just put my phone outside. But yes, I'm your host, K1 Star. Back at it again. And as you can see from the title, hey, what's up, Taco Maniac? I ain't your daddy, but I mean, I guess that's cool. I ain't your daddy. I'm still young. I'm still young. But thanks for joining the stream. All right, so yeah, story time. Do you work for Lyft? Because maybe you could give me a ride. Wow. Look, if you're gonna be saying all of that stuff, the least you can do is at least follow me. Then maybe we'll consider it. Thank you, Taco Maniac 444. But I'm glad you're coming through and making my chat exciting already. Totally unexpected. Like I said, story time. Shit, that is so weird. I can't look at this chat. Look at that. Nah, I'll be fine. I can look at it. All right. So if you can't tell by the title, yes, I got high, high, crazy experience of my life. Um, and if you know me, like if you know me, I don't, I don't smoke. I barely even drink. I mean, I don't take edibles. I guess that's a part of smoking too, but I don't take edibles. It's only on some occasions. Like I'll do it with only, um, I do it only with specific people, like my best friends, and that's it. And we don't even do it that much. It's probably once every couple of months. So, you know, where I be at. I ain't gonna tell y'all where I be at, but where I be at from time to time. You know, one of those people I know, she had a little. Oh, to begin with, let me say, listen, intro. Uh, the place where I stay at, a lot of people do some things there. I don't want to say a lot of people, but we just try to have some fun. And a little shoddy, I know. She had a cookie, and I knew what the cookie was. Like I said, I don't do this stuff. I only do it with specific people, but I just ended up doing it. Well, not doing it, but just taking a piece of this edible from this person, from a little shoddy, little bad shoddy, and I knew what it was, and I'm like, I want to just taste it, and that thing tasted like straight THC, man, like or CBD, whatever it is, marijuana. That thing is it was like literally tasting that whole whatever the actual plant in it, and I'm like, dang, that thing was kind of that was a strong taste, Joe. I hope this thing don't go crazy. And you know it's funny because when I took the piece from her, took a piece of the cookie from her, um, she said beforehand, she literally said, "Man, be careful with that," because bee stuff be potent, strong. And the crazy thing about that is somebody beforehand, it was a couple of years ago. I was playing the third wheel that night back in college, and me and a couple of my friends, people I was third wheeling with, we bought some drinks, and we went over to back to their house, and one of their roommates was like, I had bought wait, hold on, I had bought like Mike's Hard Lemonade. They had bought Hennessy. I'm like, I ain't drinking the Hennessy. I'll drink the Mike's Hard Lemonade. It was like I think it was like apple flavored. And I remember their roommate telling me, he was like, "Oh man, those are good." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's why I got it." He was like, "Be careful with them. Them things are strong." And I'm like, "Nigga, nigga, please. This is just Mike's Hard Lemonade. What can this, nigga? Please, dog. That shit snuck up on me. I think I had like two of those. My it's because I had a 6 pack. I think I only drunk two, and my ass passed out. And I think I woke. We was watching a movie. I think I fell asleep like 20 minutes in the movie off of just two of the Mike Hard Lemonade, Joe. Then I think I woke up after the movie ended. They was passed out. The dude already passed out. I mean, the dude went to his room. The dude who warned me about the drinks, and I'm like, yo. Even though I fell asleep, I am lit right now. That shit was crazy. And I think, so when I woke up, I was like, yo, I got to throw up somehow. And I tell you, I could not find a bathroom in their house whatsoever, yo. I'm like, what the heck? I'm about to sit here and throw up in their hallway. I have to find a bathroom. So I think I'm sitting here reaching all on the walls and stuff, and I found like a room and it had a window in it, and I'm like, okay, this is a small room, and it has a small little light coming through the window. That's got to be the bathroom. That's my deduction right there. Small room, a little bit of light coming through. It's got to be the bathroom. Some over here crawling on the floor, just crawling, and I like, man, I don't know where this toilet's at, but I'm gonna have to just throw up. Found the toilet, and I just, I mean, that's classic drunk people, but I could not see. So I was hopefully, I'm like, look, this feels like the seat. I don't know which side the toilet is on, but I'm just going to have to throw up on each one of the sides. And yeah, luckily I landed inside the toilet bowl. But that was a short story about a drunk time I had. But the dude previously warned me that, these these drinks are strong and they're going to sneak up on you. And it happened. So when I took a piece of this cookie, she said, "Hey, this stuff is super potent." She wasn't warning me, but she was just saying it out loud. This stuff is super potent. This stuff is potent. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Might get a little buzz or something off that. So, the area where I was at, there's like a lunchroom, and I went down to the lunchroom, and because I was waiting for my ride, and I think maybe I had like after I took the piece of the cookie, the edible, probably like 30 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes had passed by. Whole time, I was just chilling. Just chilling. Then, in a snap. Shit. There we go. I think both of those times were ugly snaps. But in a snap, yo, my face just, I felt like I couldn't feel my face no more. I'm like, yo, what is this? A whole vibration was just going like, vroom, 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 vroom. All in my face, all in my head, yo. It was like, what is this? That thing hit me out of nowhere, but it wasn't bad. I'm like, I can deal with this. I can deal with this. This is not that bad. Um, I've done this before. You know, I've had an edible before, and I went through this, and everything was cool. That first time it happened, I think I just fell asleep. They called me into work while this was happening, and I'm like, shoot, I'm super high. I don't think I can go to work like this, but I'm gonna try. I think I got up. They called me at like 1, and then I think I actually got out the bed at like 2 o'clock. Then I actually put my clothes on at like 2:45. Then I went downstairs and fell asleep and woke up at like 7 o'clock. Then I called back and I'm like, hey, y'all still need me? It was like, no, you done missed the whole day. And I'm like, oh, okay, sweet. But that was the first time. This one ended up completely different. The whole feeling in the face, the vibration, that floating feel was happening again. I'm like, okay, I experienced this before. Nothing much. You know, I got a little piece. Oh, let me tell you, the piece I took was like this big. Look at the clarity in my hand. You see that? The piece was like this big. That big. It was barely even anything. And it's a thing. The floater feeling was going to my face, and as soon as it went to the back of my head, yo, that's when things were just going like, oh no, this ain't no normal edible, yo. The back of my head started like feeling pressure and pressure. And I was still waiting on my ride, you know, still sitting there waiting on my ride. I'm like, oh damn. I'm like, dang, I can feel this pressure in my head, yo. And, you know, I don't want them to know. I don't want my ride to know that I'm like under the influence and all that stuff. And I'm like, damn. I'm like, okay, Steven, you'll be fine. You know, you're good. After that, it felt like my ears were starting to pop. And I'm like, what the hell is going on, yo? So I'm sitting here going, just sitting here going crazy. And I'm like, oh my God. I feel like my head's about to explode. Like I'm still good. Because I know you can start tripping off this stuff. We'll get to that. I'm sitting here like, all right, I'm good. I'm good. You know, just relax. Like your head it's trying to finish up. You know, your whole body's supposed to be flying, and it's just getting stuck at the back of my head. You know, the back is going. It was going to the bald spot. That's where the high was going to. It got stuck there. And like, I guess because my hair grows out here, it just stopped at the hair, like back here and all that stuff. And I'm like, okay, it's fine. Felt like my head was about to explode the whole time, yeah. And I'm like, all right, I gotta just chill out. Finally, my ride hit me up saying, okay, we're ready, come down. And I'm like, okay, sweet. Had to walk past security. And I'm over there. That's when I start to panic a little bit. I'm like, oh man, I hope I'm not walking weird or anything. You know, so I'm over here walking straight. Let me go down. Hurry up and walk past the security. All right, I'm good. Did that. Went downstairs. Went to the car. And then, whole time, riding home. You know, I'm gonna just say these are my peoples. Of course, I don't know what it. I just when I started tripping a little bit, just a little bit tripping. Yeah, I feel like all the time my ride. I mean, we always talk, of course. You know, those are my peoples. But I feel like he just wanted to talk. It talked and talked this time, and I'm like, yo, why are you asking me so many questions? While we on the way home, he was like, hey, you know, how was the day? I'm like, it was good. Yeah, it was good. He was like, oh, it was good. You know, did y'all do anything today? I'm like, yeah, we did a few things. He's like, okay. And I felt like after those two questions, he asked like a million more questions. And I'm like, dog, why? Yeah, I've never heard you ask this many questions in my life. Like, maybe I'm tripping. Maybe you stopped asking me questions a couple minutes ago. But I've never heard you ask me this many questions in my life. And then my peoples had the nerve to turn the music off in the car. Maybe the music was on. I don't remember the music being on. I just remember we were sitting there in silence for the 20-minute drive, you know. And I'm like, oh my God. I know I'm not tripping this hard, but I think I'm tripping. I think I'm tripping at this point. I'm like, I don't hear any music. He started asking me questions. Like, I think they know that I'm high right now. I really think my peoples know that I'm high right now, yo. And I'm like, nah, I gotta stay calm. I gotta stay calm. So I started to breathe in and out. I took deep breaths, even though I started to panic because I think they can hear me the back because I don't think there was music on. So I'm like, doing that for like the whole 20 minutes. And then we stopped at 7-Eleven. I'm like, oh my gosh, can we please get home? Sitting in the car. This is when I knew I was like, all right, I'm starting to get fucked up. It felt like I already done that before. Whatever I just did, I did this before. Everything I was doing at that point, once we got to that 7-Eleven, I did it before. I did this before. I did it before. That's what I kept saying in my head. And then, shoot, the thoughts in my head, let me tell y'all, all types of thoughts was going on in my head throughout the whole night. I'm like, why am I thinking about everything in the world right now? Yeah. Not only my experience everything over again, I'm thinking about every single thing I can possibly think about. And I'm like, okay, I this is crazy. This is crazy. Whatever he put in this freaking edible is making me trip hard. Because not only am I experiencing everything over again, I promise you, in that moment, I really was experiencing deja vu in real time, not just the one couple moments that you probably remember in deja vu. It's just literally everything that was happening. I'm like, I did this before. I guarantee you, I did this before. That's what I was saying the whole time in my head. I did this before. So we finally leave 7-Eleven, and like we got to the house. My ass ran upstairs, locked myself in a room, and I'm like, Steven, if you know anything, just turn on YouTube, and hopefully you can fall asleep. Dog, I could not fall asleep. I'm like, as soon as I got to my room, I'm over here like, yo, I've done this already. I've done this already. I'm experiencing everything over and over and over again. I'm over here like rocking back and forth. I took my pants off. I usually take my shirt off too. It usually be straight underwear with me. But I left my shirt on. I'm like, oh, I know this is a problem. I'm over here like, Steven, relax, just breathe, and just fall asleep. But this is when it started getting even wilder. I'm like, yo, I think if I fall asleep, my ass is gonna die. I know people thinking, oh yeah, always people thinking that they're gonna die when they get high and all that stuff, especially when it gets something hard. They be thinking this, that, and the third. And I'm like, no, those are those people. I know my ass is grass. I knew it. At that moment, I knew it. And I think I mentioned I locked myself. I locked myself in a room. And I'm like, I might have a legit panic attack in here. And I'm like, yo, I cannot go through this. So I'm sitting here trying to watch the YouTube video. I swear the YouTube video was like 10 minutes long. That thing was on for like 40 minutes. And I'm like, oh my God, this got to be the longest video in the world. And I feel like I already listened to everything 3 times over in this video. Sitting here still rocking back and forth. And I'm like, something's got to give. Something's got to give. I tried to lay down. I got scared. I lifted back up. I think I sat in my bed like I'm sitting in the seat. That's how I was in my bed at one point. I'm just sitting there rocking back and forth. And I'm like, damn, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. So, the first YouTube video, I only went through 2 YouTube videos. The first YouTube video ended. And I don't know what in the span of like 5 minutes what I was doing. I think I just blanked out. And then my mind just like tried to catch back up, tried to get the high out of it. And then the next YouTube video, this is when I started calling my friends. The dude was playing Valorant. It was like a normal video, but he had very vibrant colors. So I'm like, I know I'm seeing all these bright ass colors, super super bright, and I'm like, I can't tell if this is the TV. If I have a good TV, or it's literally the edible kicking in, super strong. And I'm like, okay, something's wrong here. Not only is this freaking dude streaming in super rainbow colors and shit. I can't even understand what this man is saying at this point. And I'm like, yo, I don't understand what he's saying. I gotta get out of here. I gotta do something. I gotta do something. I'm like, not only am I thinking I'm about to die, I'm thinking I can't even understand languages anymore, like English language. And I'm like, yo, I can't do it. I can't do it. So I think I called my best friend, or my female best friend, and I knew she was about to be pissed, but I had to do it. So I hit her up. She didn't pick up at first, but she did text me. And I think I said like, "Hey, I need you now" or something. She was like, "All right." She called me and she stayed on the phone. She's a real one. Shout out to her. She's a real one. She stayed on the phone with me. She was coaching me through it, and I'm like, you know what? I'm sorry, but I need something more. I was like, I'm sorry for waking you up, but I need something more. She was like, you be okay. She was like, do you need to call the hospital? I was like, no, I don't want to go to the hospital. I don't want to go in trouble. I don't think it's that serious, but I need somebody who won't take me to the hospital, but will stay with me just in case something goes wrong, even though I don't need the hospital. And it was one person, and that was my other best friend, the male side of it. One of my my brothers, well, three male best friends, but consider him a brother. He's a professional at this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I really hope. I mean, he'll be cool with it, but I'm probably going to wake his ass up in the morning because it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. And surprisingly, he was actually awake when I called him. Ooh, almost dropped that shit. Surprisingly, he was already awake. So I'm like, okay, this is good. This is good. I was like, hey, man, I'm tripping over here. He was like, oh, damn. He was like, what you do? I was like, I ate an edible, yo. And this man started laughing me out, but it was all good. It was all good. He was like, what you need from me, man? I was like, man, stay on the phone, but I might need you to come and get me, yo. I need to do something. I can't be alone. I think after I said that to him, I'm like, yo, I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. I literally said, I'm scared the whole night. I kept telling this man, I'm scared. So, but before we got through the whole night, before the night started, I was driving around. I kept telling him, I'm like, yo, I'm scared. I'm panicking over here. I'm like, damn, I'm a grown ass man. I'm saying this stuff to another grown ass man. Well, no, that's toxic masculinity. That's toxic masculinity. We don't do that around here. It's okay to release your feelings, but I ain't no bitch. Just telling you that now. I ain't no bitch. But yeah, so he was like, all right, I'll come and get you. And I said, okay, cool. And then he was like, all right, your parents cool if you coming, if you leaving? And I was like, man, I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't think I can. I think I'm gonna get in trouble. He was like, how are you gonna get in trouble? I'm like, I don't know. I think they're gonna catch me. I think they're gonna catch me, yo. He was like, Steve, just when I get there, just come downstairs. And I was like, yeah, that. Let me tell you guys, that was like the hardest decision, top 5 hard decisions of my life. Was just trying to walk down the stairs while I was super high. Even though my parents probably sleep. My peoples, shoot, I just spoiled it, but my peoples probably sleep. I'm like, all right, all right, all right. Just tell me when you get here. So he was like, all right, I'm gonna be there in like 10 minutes, yo. Man, those 10 minutes felt like 30 minutes. But he pulled up. I'm like, oh, he a real one. He was like, all right, Steve, I'm outside. Just come downstairs. I'm like, shit. All right. All right. So I pulled on my clothes, put on my clothes, put on my sweatpants. Uh, and I think I opened the door. I think I stood at the top of the stairs for like a good 2 minutes, 3 minutes. I'm like, Steven, literally the bottom of the steps. Hey, what's up, Ghost? The bottom of the steps is where the door is at. That's all you gotta do is just walk out. Even if somebody there, it's just walking out. So after I got done, my ass was like, woof. I ran down the stairs like super fast. And of course, as soon as I opened the door, he was like, hey, where you going? I'm like, oh, shit. I'm like, damn. Of course he's on the computer at this time. Like, what the heck? And I'm like, I'm going out with Derek. He was like, Derek? Like, what's Derek got to do? I'm like, I don't know, but he got to do something. So he wanted me to come. I put it on Derek. Oh, shoot. I said the name. On Derek. My bad. I ain't trying to use first names. But I'm like, yeah, I'm heading out, man. Uh, shit. I lost where I was trying. Yeah, I put it on Dirk. And, yeah, he was like, all right. Yeah, he was cool. He just literally just went back to his computer. And, I walked out the house. And then of course Derek asked me, he's like, how'd it go? I'm like, yo, man, I felt like I almost got caught, but I just walked out of there. I just said, hey, I'm coming with you. And then I started panicking. So basically just how the night went. Just to kind of keep it short a little bit. Whole night I was just tripping. Like I said earlier, I was literally told him the whole time, I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. He was actually calming when Dirk was calming me down, relaxing me, keeping me cool. And you know, I think what he wanted to do was he was trying to get rid of some trash, but but when he started talking to me about it, I was too shook. I was like super scared. He was like, "Hey, I got some trash in the back. I want to just go find a dumpster for it because I got to put it in a dumpster. It's not like normal trash." And I was like, "Okay, okay, okay, let's go do that." You know, keep my mind off. Oh wait, no. First, we went to try to go to 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven is closed due to COVID issues. But as soon as he walked through the door, I'm like, oh man, if he goes in that store, I think I'm about to get arrested. So I was like, I'm so happy it was closed. Then we went to go throw away the stuff. Remind you, he kept telling me there's stuff in the back, but I did not. My ass did not want to turn around at all. You don't understand how terrified I was to look in his back seat. He was like, "Hey, it's back there," and I'm like, "Dude, you setting my ass up. I don't know what's back there, but I'm not look back at there." And guess what I was saying again? Rocking back and forth. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. Crazy as shit. I was like, I'm not looking back there, yo. And he was like, all right, fine, fine, fine. We just gonna find the dumpster. So we pulled all the way up to the dumpster, and of course, my ass started freaking out again. She was like, "What?" I was like, "Yo, we can't do this." He was like, "What? What? There's nobody around here." I'm like, "That's the precise reason. Somebody is around here, and we just can't see him." He was like, "You kidding me, right?" He was like, "I'm like, nah, man, we got to go somewhere else." He was like, all right." So we go to drive here. As soon as we get on the highway, my ass started freaking out again. I'm like, "Dude, you going too fast." Over here, grabbing tight as hell. The grip, gripping the car. I'm like, yo, you driving too fast. He was like, you scared? I'm like, yeah. He was like, all right, my bad. I'm gonna get off on the road. And I promise you, I think literally everything, every single spot he wanted to go to, just to drive around and keep me talking instead of just chilling somewhere. I think every time we stopped, I'm like, I just started freaking out. I started freaking out. I was like, all right, no, let's drive here. And I'm like, damn, no, we can't do this. Let's drive here the whole entire night. And I think this man literally probably dealt with it maybe for like 45 minutes to like an hour. And I think I ended up passing out for like a quick second. And then next thing I know is we was at my house. And I'm like, what? And at first when we pulled up, I thought we never left the house for a second. And I'm like, yo, there's no way. There's no way this whole entire time we've been in this parking lot. That's like the first thought that I had. Like, there's no way we've been in this parking lot this whole time, or we never left the house. I'm like, I remember going down the stairs. I remember getting into that car, but there's no way we never left this house this whole time. But then I reminded myself, I'm like, yeah, we did. I think we did because I looked at the time. I'm like, I think I got in the car at like 3:15, and it's like 4:30 right now, 4:45. I'm like, yeah, we did leave the car there. I mean, we did leave the house. So, um, the wild part about that is is basically I think I tried to fake it off. Something told me to just like, hey, you're fine right now. But I'm about to tell everybody to get in the Discord real quick so we can start this because my story's about to end. But yeah, it's something was telling me like, hey, I think I'm fine. I think, and it's crazy because I think Scoop, I'm gonna call him Scoop instead of keep using it. Scoop basically knew that I was bullshitting, but I was telling him like, yeah, I think I'm fine. He was like, oh, you do? I'm like, yeah, I think the high is out of me. I'm like, oh, this shit crazy. I'm sitting here standing straight up, man, that shit crazy. I mean, that was crazy. I did all of that right. He was like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, I think I'm okay. And I think I kept repeating that for like 5 times. Like, yeah, I think I'm okay. I think I'm good. I'm like, man, that thing crazy. I think that wasn't that bad and all that stuff. As soon as I get out the car, my ass started tripping again. Of course. And I'm like, you know what, Steven? Just run upstairs again as soon as you open this door. Run upstairs and go to sleep. Just go to sleep. Fortunately, this time, I was actually able to go to sleep and pass out. And yeah, that was my night. Still woke up a little bit, had that high in my head and all that stuff. But um, I survived. I didn't die. Thought I was gonna die. I kept saying I was scared the whole night. But uh, more of the story is I ain't no bitch. All right, and ain't nobody gonna see me like that again. Ain't nobody gonna see me at my lowest like that again. Not even Scoop. But shout out to him though. He came through, and shout out to KK. I'll call her KK. I gotta remember not to use real names, Even though don't nobody follow me and shit. Yet. Yet. But if they look at this previous videos, they gonna know who my peoples is if I keep saying them by name. So we're gonna go Scoop and KK. Then we'll give names to everybody else. But yeah, that was my short experience of being super high. Felt like I was about to have a panic attack. I literally locked myself in my room. It had me rocking back and forth and saying I'm scared. I really felt like I was getting stupid. That was the craziest part. Like I'm over here mumbling words like bloop, 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 like the whole time, and I'm like, yo, I don't know how this man Scoop understands me because I know I'm mumbling. Like I conscious of me mumbling, but in that moment of me mumbling, I know I can't pronounce the words at the same time too, even though I know I'm doing it. So that was like the craziest part to me. And I'm like, dang, I don't think I can. I don't think I can comprehend stuff ever again. At that whole night, I'm like, look, if this high goes away, I really do not think I'll be able to function as a human, a normal human or normal human being anymore. I don't think I can. I don't think I can go back to my old life. Like my brain is just it's screwed over. And they said weed doesn't harm you, but clearly this one did. The whole night I was thinking that. But yeah, that was my short story. I don't know how long did I talk that for. That was 36 minutes. Damn. All right. Well, glad you guys are here to listen to me for that. This will be going up on YouTube just in case you guys missed it or you just want to replay some of what I was talking about. I tried to keep it short. I talked for 36 minutes or, a little beginning. I wasn't there, but around 30 something minutes. So, I don't know. That was some good information. Hopefully, that was a good, nice, concise story. I'm going to try to keep my stuff a little concise, a little better flow with my storytelling or future storytelling. And this is just for YouTube purposes, not for Twitch. But yes, if you're following here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my Twitch where I filmed this at www.twitch.tv/DK1star. And follow me on all social media. Well, it's like 2 or 3. But follow me on Twitter at DK1star. And follow me on Instagram at DK1star. And if you're watching this on YouTube again, please consider like, commenting, and subscribing. Helps me improve my content once I get the feedback, and of course, it'll help my channel grow. And just trying to get the hell out of my job. And you guys can help me do that by, of course, liking, commenting, and subscribing, and giving me feedback too to produce better content for you guys. Thank you. And this is K1 Star. I'm shining out. And we're done with that for YouTube.